Okay, in this video we're going to add some CSS styling to give a better look to our contact form that we made in the previous video on our contact page. First thing I got to do is add a class in the code side to my form. Under that opening form tag, to the right of post, to the right of that quote, I'm going to hit a space bar, C, there it is, class, hit enter. I can give this a name. I'm going to call this newsletter. There we are. Save that. I'm going to come over here to my CSS window. I opened that file in the previous video. I separated out from the CSS or HTML file. Now it's floating by itself. This window, so I can edit this, save it, come back, edit the HTML, and work back and forth. Go all the way to the bottom, to the right of woof, hit enter, and I'm going to type in a period or dot newsletter. Now this has to be exactly the same, spelled exactly the same as my code over here in the HTML tag. Hit space, do your curly brackets, shift the button to the right of P. Okay, it gives me both brackets. I click in between them, hit enter, hit enter a couple times, arrow back up, and enter our first property. Now before we do that, I'm going to click to the right by the bracket there, to the left of the bracket. I'm going to put the star there, shift 8 will give you the star. That should make it so this code applies to everything within that form. I'm going to enter my first property, and for this one is going to be a display. There you go, hit enter. This is going to be block, and hit enter. Oh, we forgot to put our colon or semicolon to the right of that. Hit enter. File saved all. And then when I click up here, it should line everything up. When I click in the actual live view, it'll update everything and line it up. So a little more ordered. Next, let's hit return. Let's put some padding on this. PA, and it'll go ahead and bring up padding. And let's do some padding on the left. And let's do about 5 pixels. Semicolon. Oops, pixels, PX. Semicolon. Hit enter. And let's do some. That'll just push the text a little over a little. Let's do some padding from the top. And let's make that the same. 5 pixels. End that line with a semicolon. Hit enter. Next, let's do some margins. Margin. Let's do the left. And let's do 30 for now. 30 pixels. Semicolon. Margin. Top. Do about 20 pixels there. Margin bottom, and about 20 pixels there. Save all. There we go. It should line things a little better, move things around a little bit, make it look a little nicer. Next thing we're going to add is our width. And we're going to make that, I say, about 50%. Okay, it's just looking quite a bit better. I could adjust the border radius. And maybe about 4, or make that 5 pixels. There we are. I'll just round these windows out a little bit. And finally, we'll do a text align, and we'll make that center. There we are. Now submit button. I could come down here. Hit enter. I'm going to make a new class for this guy, and we're just going to call it submit button. Enter. I'm going to put it on a movie CSS sheet. Enter, and there we are. Come down here, and we're going to change our text color. Sure, I have my semicolon there. You can see how the text color changes here. I could also change the background color. And there we are. File, save all. So I think that's pretty good for the contact form. Now I could make another CSS class here just for the form itself, not all the content. Curly brackets, background image, URL, browse, and that old standby will work pretty good there. And there you go. A bit of padding on this. Push those boxes down a little bit. And do 20 pixels at the top. Bottom, left, and right. And do little margins. And for that, I think I'm going to do 30 all around. 30 pixels. I'll make them 80%. And the submit button. I'm going to override that. And I'm going to make that 25%. Good. File, save all. And there we are. And the browser looks pretty good. Pretty nice looking form. Once again, fill it all out. When you type here, you can replace these and submit. In our next video, we'll add some jQuery to our video pages. We'll make some video pages and add some jQuery elements for some interactivity.